The DiscoveryOpt HD or the Arken LH-6? Which budget optic is right for you? We're gonna find out. Stick around. Hey guys, I'm Mike. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Arken LH-6 LPVO and the DiscoveryOpt HD MPVO. In this video, I'll go over the specifications of both, compare the two, and evaluate them on a grading scale. This scale is based on 5 criteria, which are as followed. 1, build quality. 2, glass quality. 3, reticle design. 4, reliability and durability. And 5, price and value. I'll rate each on a scale of 1 to 5 in each category for a grand total points possible of 25 for a perfect score. Before we start, let me just say that I do acknowledge the extreme power difference between these two scopes. One of them is 12 power and one of them is 6. However, I will not be accounting for that in grading. I will only grade them based on the 5 criteria mentioned and those 5 criteria alone. That being said, let's get into it. Let's start out by going over some specifications. Let's start with the DiscoveryOpt HD2-12X24 SFIR. This is a MPVO, medium power variable optic. It has HD glass and a 30mm tube, and it is in first focal plane. That means when you zoom in, the reticle will get larger, and when you zoom out, the reticle shrinks. Speaking of reticles, this has DiscoveryOpt's mill line reticle, which is a crosshair style reticle with a center dot and hash marks to delineate different mill notations. The reticle has 6 levels of illumination with off positions in between each level. On the same side of the scope, there is an adjustable parallax knob that goes from 5 to infinity. It has open locking turrets, meaning you have to pull up or out to turn. The turrets are very tactile and audible. Take a listen. Each click is worth 1/10 of a mil. The scope comes in at 17.5 ounces and is 8 7/8 inches long. It comes with lens caps, a sunshade, a cloth, and a tool to adjust your turrets. The Arken LH-6 1:6x24 is an LPVO, low power variable optic with HD glass, and it is in second focal plane. That means the reticle stays the same size no matter what power you zoom to. It has a 30mm tube and a kill box reticle with a horseshoe design and center dot. It is a fixed parallax scope, probably at 50 or 100 yards. I'm not sure, I cannot find that in the literature. The reticle is illuminated with 6 levels of red illumination and 2 night vision levels as well. The Arken has 3.71 inches of eye relief and capped turrets with a 1/4 MOA per click value. Let's take a listen. I would say they are tactile and audible as well. It comes in at 22.5 ounces and is 11 5/8 inches long. It comes with lens caps, a cloth, a throw lever, and turret tools. These are both budget optics coming in within $10 of each other. The DiscoveryOpt is $190 and the Arken is $200 on Amazon right now as of February 2026. Let's get into the grading a little bit. Let's start with category number 1, build quality. Both of them have tactile and audible turrets. The lockable turrets on the DiscoveryOpt are very nice. The capped turrets on the Arken are perfect for an LPVO. They are a little bit different, but that's because one is an MPVO and one is an LPVO, and the turrets are designed accordingly. They both feel good in the hands. They don't feel cheap. They don't feel budget to me. They feel more mid-tier. I will say I like the fact that the Arken comes with a throw lever. However, the DiscoveryOpt does not, and I wish it did, because it's a little bit harder to adjust the magnification ring on it. I'm thinking with time it will loosen up a little bit. It does have a fin on the magnification ring to help you get a grip on it. If you can see it, it's just a little fin there. Even the scope caps on both of these are better quality than I see on some very expensive scopes. And some very expensive scopes don't even come with caps, which I think is ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
For this category, I gave the DiscoveryOpt a 3 and the Arken a 3. This is a mid-tier grade for what I consider to be two mid-tier scopes. They come in at budget prices, but I do believe they are both more mid-tier than budget. Okay, getting into glass quality. The clarity on both is almost identical. They do both have HD glass, so maybe that's why, but it's very hard to decipher if one is better than the other when it comes to that. I will say I saw a little bit of fisheye on the DiscoveryOpt that I didn't see in the Arken. However, if anything, the Arken was a little bit darker than the DiscoveryOpt. So I call that a wash, and I'm really just nitpicking at this point. Again, I gave them both a 3 out of 5 for glass quality. Category number 3, the reticle design itself, the illumination, and available reticle options. Both of these come with only one reticle option each, which I think is kind of a downfall on both. I prefer to shoot MOA, and that's not an option in the DiscoveryOpt. However, the Arken is MOA, but I'm not a fan of the design of the Arken killbox reticle at all. I've said this in a different video as well. It's just a little bit confusing and really only lends itself to certain size targets. I think they could have done a better job with the design of it. However, the design on the DiscoveryOpt is really what you're looking for in a MPVO, and especially one that is first focal plane. As you adjust, they get bigger. You can see the hash marks better, but it's just a very familiar reticle that's easy to understand, whereas the killbox reticle on the Arken is not. The illumination on both is good. I will say maybe slightly better on the Arken than the DiscoveryOpt, but not by a whole lot. For this category, I gave the DiscoveryOpt a 4 for the reticle design, and I gave the Arken a 2. This is partially just personal preference. I'm just not a fan of the killbox reticle. Reliability and durability. With that comes brand reputation and the faith I have in the product and the warranty as well. Both of these optics are budget optics. Both of them do come with a lifetime warranty. I have not looked far into either of the warranties for these optics. I'd like to know if any of you have had any dealings with either of these companies for warranty purposes, because I'd be really interested to know how that went for you. Unfortunately, with budget optics, usually the brand reputation is not very established. I will say in this case, I believe Arken has made more of a name for itself than DiscoveryOpt has. I believe Arken has done a little bit more promoting, marketing, pushing their product, getting it into influencers' hands, things like that, to try and spread awareness about their product. But I think that is just better marketing. I don't feel like I have more faith in the Arken than I do the DiscoveryOpt just because of that. So I did give the Arken a 3 in this category, and I gave the DiscoveryOpt a 2 in this category. Moving on to category number 5, price and affordability and value. This is really where the rubber meets the road with budget optics. How much are you getting for the money you're giving? In the world of optics, $200 is not a lot of money.
What?
However, $200 is a lot of money to the regular average consumer that has to pay for it. So, are you getting good value for your money with both of these optics? The short answer is yes, 100%. I wholeheartedly believe that these are excellent value per dollar optics. I'm talking about the value you get per dollar you spend. And in this case, that proportion is fantastic. I gave both of them a 4, although thinking back on it, they probably deserve a 5. To summarize, I think it's best to talk about real-world usage for both of these optics. The scopes are in slightly different categories from one another, but they do overlap and share many features in common. In my opinion, either would be perfect for someone that's maybe just getting started in shooting and or balling on a budget. Or maybe you want to set this up on a practice rig or a secondary gun. Maybe some rimfire plinking or some light varmint hunting. I think those are the areas that these optics would shine. For me, I just don't think either optic is suitable for serious shooting competitors, serious big game hunters, or real life and death SHTF type situations. In conclusion, which is better? I mean, I hate to say it, but it's really just not that black and white. I mean, I guess it is. The DiscoveryOpt scored 16 out of 25, and the Arken scored 15 out of 25. So technically speaking, the DiscoveryOpt is better, in my opinion, based on my grading scale. If I had to choose one out of the two, I would choose the DiscoveryOpt based on that criteria. However, since they scored so closely to one another, I feel like it's really just a toss-up, and in the end, it depends on your personal intended usage. If you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you found any value in the information I've provided in this review, I'd really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. And if you're interested in other budget option LPVOs and long-range optics, please check out some of my other videos. I have several other out there that I think you might find interesting. Until then, I hope to see you in the next one. If I had to choose, I would choose I hope you found some value in the information. Like and subscribe and ring the bell notification. Please like and subscribe and ring the bell notification. Notification bell? Bell notification? Whatever. Hope you found some value with... Until then, I hope to see you in the next one. Wait. And if you're interested in other LVPO options, if you made it this far through the video, I want to, thank you very much for watching. Good enough. I ain't trying to be no rocket scientist.